Obrigada por tudo, poupança. Mas na Rico
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to TraderTV.live. North American stock futures back in negative territory ever so slightly this morning, putting an end to the post-election rally for now. We'll see what happens coming up at the open this morning, even with better than expected October employment numbers out this morning at 8:30. Big time beat for employment right across the board. We had the unemployment rate in the U.S. at 6.9% versus 7.7 expected. 638,000 jobs created versus 530 expected. So nice numbers on the jobs front, even with spiking COVID-19 cases continuing to linger in the background as well. All three major U.S. indexes notching nice gains on Thursday. Still on track. All three major U.S. indexes are still on track for their best week since April 9th. The Dow up 7% at this point. The S&P as well, about 7%. And the NASDAQ leading the way at 9%. Lots and lots of earnings news to get through this morning. We'll talk about Uber, Peloton, mobile payment processor Square reported as well. Cannabis stocks moving around once again. Going to be a busy morning. EV makers to talk about as well. NIO making moves in the pre-market. It's Friday, November 6, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see just Shanghai ending the day lower, down about 0.75%. Everything else nicely higher. Let's go over to Europe, see how things are shaping up so far. A bit of a mixed session so far throughout Europe. We'll shift over to North America and check out futures here. You can see still negative territory, but we're off the lows, moving in the right direction. NASDAQ down about 0.4%. The TSX futures here in Toronto about 0.25% to the upside. Brazil's open, trading lower. We have Bitcoin back to the upside again today. Crude down sharply and gold in positive territory to end off the week. Hey guys, good morning. We had big moves, to say the least, in Bitcoin yesterday. So another 3% almost to the upside today. Earnings, and more earnings today.
There's earnings now, obviously. You let it off there. I saw on the board there Canada positive for now. TSX doesn't really trade much in the pre-market, but we do have a Canadian company to watch today, Mogo. So we'll be looking at that one. Put a little smile on my face. Probably trade it in the U.S. It does list on the NASDAQ as well as Toronto, so we will be trading it in Toronto when we look at that name. But obviously, it's good to have a little Canadian content in there. We're rounding out the week. A wealth of earnings, whether you want to talk about Uber, Zillow with some good numbers there, and Cody. Lots of names to watch here that are going to be in play, but it's the EV space that's gone crazy. I looked at the recall by Li Auto, and I was like, oh, let's find some dip buy levels. Yeah, you can throw those out the window. Good luck going long in pre-market there, Sean, because it feels like there might not be a buy the dip today in that space.
No. We're already huge on NEO right now, and there it is. Bang! Another win right there, 25 cents on CGC. So right now we're long CGC here at 75. That's Canopy Growth. Look, I told you guys a month and a half ago to buy marijuana stocks. You'd be in the money like 100% now if you did, and I did. So hopefully, here it goes again, like just ripping to the high side here. CGC long here, 21. What am I long at? 77. And then we just took some out at 99, and we'll hold the rest. We did take out half of our NEO position. This is also a dollar winner right now. So yeah, EV space and Weed Batman will definitely, guys, be in the building. I mean, we're already smoking hot on this one. So let's just keep it going with some of these names. And remember when I said growth generation, GRWG, guys? I mean, I hope you were watching. If you didn't know about that stock, hopefully you do now. Look at this. Attention to Rob here as well, if we can. I'll show you this stock, growth generation. I only talked about it, what, 2 or 3 days ago? $17, $18. $23.20 today, guys. So the marijuana space just continues to be, remember I called it the Home Depot of marijuana there and hydroponics. So there it is. I called this, I think it was even before here, but yeah, $16, $17 down there, up to 23 and change right now. So that's, 30% right there in 3 days. So congratulations.
Crazy moves yesterday on ACB. It was 35% or something crazy like that on the day. So we'll watch cannabis stocks obviously today as well. Let's have a look at what's coming up a little bit later on this morning. Brand new video for you, trading day 2 moves. So not the first day when there's a news catalyst or a big move, but we're talking about how to take advantage of the second day after some sort of breaking news event. So lots of great stuff about that type of a strategy coming your way in about a couple of hours. We'll get that out to you. 11:40, 11:45. Valeria will have the link for you. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hey guys, happy Friday, everyone. Please be supportive, subscribe to our channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Take it away, Brandon.
Lots to get through. Thank you. Yes, let's jump right into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome, guys. We do this every single morning between 9 a.m. and 9:30. We talk about all the stocks that are moving around in the pre-market and touch on why, some of the news, figure out how we can possibly trade them coming up at the open. If you haven't done so already, sign up for the watch list. It's absolutely free to you. Valeria will help you out if you need the link for that. All you have to do is throw your email address in, and we will send it to you before 9 o'clock. So much to get through today. Peloton, going to be the first one, benefiting heavily in their latest quarter from COVID-19. A lot of people staying at home, not going to gyms, purchasing new bikes, purchasing subscriptions. 232% increase in revenue. They increased their forecast. Numbers were pretty good, guys, right across the board for Peloton.
Yeah, I mean, look, if your problem is that you're having problems, issues fulfilling that supply, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but the drag on the stock and that earnings is going to be because in order to go ahead and do that, improve some customer service, it's going to cost money. So there's anticipation that margins could come down, and you could see a bit of a drag on the earnings in the short term. That's the reason for, obviously, with beats across the board, you're going to see Peloton down that 4%. But let's look for some obvious levels. I mean, you sort of look at what happened here, and I had this highlighted about this 117.50 to 118. This little dip here in the post market and then bouncing to that low. If we get another chance to buy in front of that, I'm looking at like 119.50, like 120 area in front of that little double bottom. It was resistance the previous week, so I certainly would like that level. If we can get it down there, all systems go. I'm not really keen on the breakout trade. I do feel like, down off the earnings, we get a chance at a dip buy first, and that'll be my first look on Peloton.
Peloton, I mean, this story just continues to go, and I think it's just going to get bigger and better. So, yeah, I like the longs on Peloton. Just a matter of finding out where to go. I mean, this is 123.50. You could do, that's a decent level. I think we'll probably break that before we even open. So, I mean, if you want to take it early, you could. I don't think I would. But here's 23.50 right here at 2 o'clock yesterday. When we broke that, you see what happens in the end of the day there, running into the close and then falling off right at the end and then bouncing right back up. So, I mean, if you really want to get cheeky with this, I mean, 127, if it gets going to the high side there, that's a possibility. More looking at this bunched up action here at 125. So I think a long through 125 or 126 needs to happen before we get into this one.
All right, guys, let's go to Uber. Going to be the next one we deal with here. Yeah, they stuck to their projections of being profitable by the end of next year, despite the end of this year, despite the pandemic. Demand for food delivery outweighing car rides, but Uber with a decent report here. They recorded $3.13 billion in third quarter revenue. Was slightly short. That was the only kind of question mark. Was slightly short than the $3.2 billion expected.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, it's like they need the demand to come back for the ride service because that's where they make their money. So they still lose overall in the food delivery business. But the other piece of context here is, remember when they got the win on the ballot initiative in California, already a gap up on that news. So if we're going to hold, and this is the daily chart I'm watching here, if we're going to be holding anything above this 38.50, that 39 area, which was the previous top on the daily chart, I'm going to like any dip into that price. We've held 40 rather nicely. So first look for me, I mean, if they want to try to sell this, let's look at it. Let's look at it like a 39.50 to a 40 area dip buy, which it's worked in the past here. I see no reason to sort of stray away from it. That was also the bottom right here, 39.50, going into that post-market move when it comes to earnings. So lots of reasons why we can play this range now. Looks like we're going to hold a higher range. It's a range-bound trade before this break. I think Uber could be the same thing. That's why I prefer to buy the dip there, guys.
I love this. Someone there asking me, it means you were watching yesterday. Where was it here? Someone said, where's the Yeti? So here it is right here. Here's the Yeti, guys. Here's the Yeti. Full of some coffee. There it is, Yeti. So we still have that one. That's the hot one. And then the Trader TV Live mug is keeps getting refilled, but halfway through and a little bit cold right now. Okay, thank you so much for the comments on there. If you can like and subscribe to the show, that would be absolutely fantastic. Hi, Mr. Howard as well on the chat. How's it going, my friend? Okay, Uber right now, 42, 42.25. I mean, the report, Neil just went over a few numbers there, and so did Brendan. It's in our watch list, and I do see some people talking about not getting their watch list. I don't know what to say. I have Gmail. I think maybe Yahoo apparently maybe not working, but I don't know what to tell you. But the watch list is out there, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have got that already. Okay, so Uber, there was not much in the report that really excited me. As you can see, it went down, then right back up, and now they're just trying to figure it all out. If Uber's revenues are down, that's going to be a bad sign. They're not really making any money. They have Uber deliveries now. I keep getting coupons for 30%, 50%, 40% off. I turn to my wife, I say, how are these guys making money? And I don't think they are, and there's a report to prove it. So we'll wait to see. I mean, I think they did have some. Yeah, they had a $597 million expected loss. There's a bunch of things in the report, guys, that you're going to want to read. I'm just going to watch the price action on Uber and see if we can't pick some up. If it ever comes near 40, we'll test that level. That's a big one. But if they like it, then this thing could rip. So 42.25, we'll watch out for that. Let's just, before I throw back to Brendan, I know a lot of you like to look at this early. I mean, again, guys, we gave this call to you, these marijuana calls, and there they are again. Oh, yeah, so that was one call we gave. That's about 200% of the money. And then Palantir is another one that we gave back at 9.50, and you're going to see right here, Palantir, guys, today up to 12.30. So Greg and I debating on ringing the register right here with a 40% win in 5 days, but I think we're going to hold on. Their earnings next Thursday, guys, Palantir.
Yeah, 700,000 shares on the offer late in the day yesterday at $12. We were all sitting here thinking, yeah, it's going to gap above that anyways tomorrow. So here we are, above $12. Let's go to Roku. Lots to get through this morning. Roku reporting strong quarterly results as well. Lots of people sitting at home streaming, benefiting from higher sales because of increased demand on that front. Sean, your ARPU number for Roku up 20%. For their latest quarter. So a nice beat here for Roku as well.
ARPU, yeah, revenue per user. That was a big one. I think Twitter might have been one of the first ones to use that revenue number there. $240 I wrote down on here. If we can break through that, I do like that. There was sort of a little bit of a stop and then go at 240 yesterday. Big number there. People love the Rokus. People love the smart TVs. Wow, here we go. CGC now 40 cents in the money. Neo 50 cents in the money on the current positions that you see there. Okay, 234. We're just bouncing around right now, so we're going to wait on this one. Roku's not going to be one that I'm going to jump right into off the open. No siree. That's going to open up quite large, but we do. For me, I like the long. This is the key. We've seen it break out. This is 241.75. That's the most recent high right there. We did tick up as high as 253, but this little spot right here, guys, 240, 241. That's why we wrote down 240. So if we can break through 240, it's on the magical list here. I don't know what that list is, but it's on those magical Post-it notes, and we'll go for 240, 241 on Roku, guys.
Yeah, Roku, this little run up in the last few sessions, the three last up days in a row, you had dips below the pre-market low. So I'm eyeballing this area here, just going to the 15-minute chart, 231.50 down to about 229.60. So that's a bit of a target entry range if we do get a dip into those prices, and that's anywhere where the turn is. I think that's where you can pick up some Roku. Just following the pattern here that every single time it seems like it wants to go up, there's a bit of a head fake at 9:30. So if we catch that, it goes down about a few dollars from here. I think we have a shot to get a nice little dip buy like we were doing in Qualcomm yesterday.
Nice beat for Square. The next one, mobile payment processor Square, beating aftermarket yesterday with results. Came within about $1 of all-time highs aftermarket. Worth noting as well, we are off those levels, but nice look for Square here as well. There was a number, it was the brokerages. There was 5, guys, not 4, but 5 different brokerages increasing price targets, upgrading Square today.
I mean,
wouldn't buy if it was only 4, obviously.
Yeah, Square is another one of those picks. First of all, happy birthday. Look, it's Russell Jackson. Thank you so much here. He's spoiling it already, but it is Miss V's birthday tomorrow, the 7th, when she turns 53 years old. Happy birthday to Valeria. Yeah, let's get some more likes for that. And thank you so much, Russell. Look at the NASDAQ going crazy. And also, I want to do thank you Marco as well for becoming a member as well. So Valeria, you look fantastic for your age. Congratulations on that milestone, and have a happy birthday this weekend. Okay.
Not alone, though, not alone. I got to out someone else on our crew here, because Lucas on our production crew, he's turning 15 years old tomorrow as well. So a double dip on the birthdays. Congratulations to both of you guys, and enjoy the day. We're not done yet here, though, and we're just talking about Square here, and obviously, yeah, 5 upgrades, fantastic. You can see the numbers in the watch list. If you didn't get it, of course, we'll be looking into any of those issues. There already is a break through this 185 through the top. Just going to the daily chart, just so you can see here. Watch out for this, like, $193.75, $191.50 range. I think we have a nice sort of jailbreak into those prices on Square. The good news is when you get numbers like this and then you get a nice little dip already, you're actually buying at the low end of the aftermarket pullback. So that 185 could provide some decent support. If there is a deep pullback, I'm not looking for a deep pullback in Square. I don't think it happens. I'd be more concerned about 184, 185.
Yeah, guys, if you are still having some trouble with the watch list, it seems to be that Gmail or any email that's Gmail-based doesn't have any issues whatsoever and comes immediately. So it might be worth grabbing a Gmail and signing up with a Gmail account. Cannabis producers still on the move. We touched on a few already. Take your pick here, guys. Tilray, ACB, CGC, CROD. Ho-hum, another day, another move higher.
Yeah, I've already made my pick, and I just continue to make the same pick over and over and over again. Like I told you, I hope you guys got a little rich, made a little bit of money off some of these cannabis calls that I've given over the last little while. And then today we just come in and, more Biden, more everything. So yeah, we go long cannabis. It's an easy play for me. 21.77, man. We're up huge right now. You can see at the bottom what we have. I've only gotten out of 20% of the trade. And here we go, guys. We're going to get out in the 30s right now. Here we go. Come on, let's give it to us. I love everything long now cannabis. It just makes a lot of sense. And, there's ACB. I'm sitting right here at 33, so hopefully we'll get out of that in a minute. You'll see that hit on the board, let's hope. But I like this name. The real calls, guys, were down here when we made them, or when I made them, and now we're reaching out here. I think we're about to tip off again right now. Breaking through 22.40 would be another indication, but this is a 70-cent win that we have on board right now, and I think we'll just continue There's really no charts to look at it. Here we go. You just got to play the momentum. That's why I definitely wanted to get in early on this name. So here we go, man. We're already really huge here today. Just to top off what's been already a fantastic week. I had my best day of the week yesterday, and it's already starting off here today. So I would say, man, Weed Batman is in the building, and he should be here for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, if you guys are looking, that's CGC, of course, you can see in the bottom there for Sean's positions. ACB is up 34% and just made another move to the upside to 850. There was sort of a significant level here on the way down. If you're going to watch this like 9 to 920 area heading back to the upside, and if it does give any kind of a pullback, you're probably going to be hunting at this level like 775, 7.75 if it wants to dip back in. That's exactly where it broke out pre-market top break that just happened minutes ago. So ACB has continued to be a big-time runner to the upside. I'm watching for like 920, pullback 775 are the two levels that bear any mentioning.
Okay, let's go to the EV space. Want to get through Li Auto and NIO, both moving around in the pre-market here on volume once again. Li Auto touched on it briefly earlier with a recall this morning. 10,469 units of its one model. I don't think that is actually it, but another one of its vehicles being recalled as of June 1st. So there's problems with the suspension, the ball joints. They're going to replace it all for free, so there's no cost to any of the customers, but a recall for Li Auto, guys.
I think that was the XPEV one there. Okay, so we already went long NIO because it's NIO, and we went long it, and that's what we're going to do. So we're already long here, 41.50. We took some out at 42, and then it goes all the way to 42.50, and we didn't get any out. You got to look at yesterday's high of 43. We did stop there. We kept joking, like when this thing was at 20, that this is going to 50. But now, who's joking as he keeps going higher and higher and higher? Yeah, I'm just going to keep watching this thing. The pre-market high is 42.50. If we're lucky enough to get a chance to smash that, we will. And then we'll go. Actually, it's 42. Yeah, 42.55 doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it's up here, 42.55. So we'll smash that if we get a chance to do that. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing what I always do. NIO, I think, is the number one stock by profit here for me for the last little while. $40. If we can get any kind of dip buys, we'll do those again and then watch it rip to the high side as the market. The NASDAQ's still negative, but the ES just turns positive here. And looks like Trump may concede. So apparently that's some of the advice that he's getting. So we'll wait to see if that does happen. I mean, marijuana to the rescue, EV space to the rescue. Stick with me and you'll be big because we got some good ideas on the board here. And NIO's just the big one there. XPEV was my number one stock yesterday, so we can always go back to that one as well. XPEV over here on the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, again, you know, just breaking day's high would be great, but they're a little bit, they're pulled off a little bit too much now. So I think we got to watch these for a little bit. Look, there goes CGC, guys, 70 cents now.
Yeah, XPEV, I'm looking at 36.20 is the sort of the go-to price. You just look at yesterday's price. Fashion. That's going to be the first look on a dip buy, which was the best look I had. Than Qualcomm was going to be that. I believe we just had a halt in Biogen news pending there, Brendan. We of course know that they were in play the last couple of sessions, but that could get wild when that reopens.
Yeah, it was actually a while ago. It was 6:30 a.m. It's been halted since 6:30 a.m. This is the same thing. Yeah, it's the Alzheimer's treatment. So the FDA panel that we were talking about 2 days ago that are going to look into possibly approving this drug are set to do that today. So they're reviewing it today. So that could happen at any moment. So yeah, BIIB. No trades yet today. Well, there's a few, but very few. It's halted for news pending, guys.
Wow. Yeah, that could be a big one. It was a big fall off. It felt like $25 off of the open, but found a nice little base at 325 to 335 area that we're watching initially on the spike. I think that's going to be the go-to zone. If they open back up and there's positive news and you can buy in front of that area, I think that's going to be the go. Obviously, you want to make sure that it is positive from the FDA, and it looks like all systems are go. So we'll wait for that news to come out. Biogen, again, should be in play.
Yeah.
NIO here, another day, another 14 million shares before we even get to the open for NIO this morning. There's no real significant news here. They did launch their new 100 kilowatt battery and their battery as a service business, which is going to be You pay a monthly subscription or you lease a battery and you can swap it out as need be. So that has started, but nothing terribly exciting as far as news for NIO. They did top, worth mentioning, guys, as of the close yesterday, they did top GM's market cap.
Yeah. We just didn't talk about NIO. I think Brendan, we should probably go on to the next stock because, again, it's on our watch list, guys. We just did talk about NIO, Li Auto, and some of these spots here. I do see some questions about Palantir. Yeah, I don't really have an in for this one, except for if you're not in already, you've pretty much missed the boat. Let's just wait to see if there's some size that shows up. Obviously, breaking through 1250, you do see, and this is the benefit of coming to the show early, of course, guys. You can see I'm showing you all the levels here. 1250, 300,000 shares. Once it blows through that, then I think that's going to be the bid here, is Palantir. So I think that we'll have to watch out for that. And then just to finish it up before we'll throw back to you there, Brendan, NIO just got paired off 300,000 shares. So we've talked a little bit about this and what we think. I'm going to get out of this. We've already taken that 50 cents. I saw $1. I didn't take it on the last half. If it does come back down, maybe it's a little weak. We're going to find out why. But if it does break back down below 41.50, I think that's it. Palantir right now, guys, 900,000 bid. And then the weed name, ACB, the powerful weed grower that is virtually bankrupt with a 2.3 million share buying balance.
All right, let's real quick go to Electronic Arts, another earnings name today. We mentioned it right at the end of the show yesterday. If you were with us, EA reporting. It was kind of in line with expectations as far as this report is concerned. They talked a lot about higher competition because there was so much demand for the space due to COVID-19. So Activision Blizzard, Take-Two Interactive also in the same boat, essentially. Their holiday sales forecast was only in line with expectations. And they said going forward, the next quarter forecast was kind of in line with expectations as well. So a little bit negative here for EA, guys.
Yeah, I mean, 7.5%. I mean, yeah, definitely. If you're going to have your competitors look, obviously have better numbers than you, and you have a little bit of issues with some of the revenue numbers there with regards to estimates, already basically bouncing to the downside continuously off the 50 period. If you look at the daily chart, I don't love any support levels until we get a little bit lower, down to like 110, 112, somewhere in that area. So from here, I want to see a recovery and a push back up towards 123 before I would get involved in EA. It does look like it's likely to maybe just sort of grind to the downside towards that 112. But the volume is so low. It's only 100,000 shares worth of volume. Not the front of the list, but if we get enough of a dip in EA, we'll probably take a look at it a little bit later in the session.
Guys, I will be definitely taking this right away, EA. If it breaks 117, I'm going short on this one. Bad guidance. And the funny thing is, we talked about it yesterday that I thought it would beat and break above this level, but instead it actually goes the other way on the daily chart, and now you're back downside. So either way, if you got puts or calls on this one, you should be okay with a bigger move probably than expected here, down that 9%. So we're good. Is it down 9%? Why does one say down 9 and one? Oh no, it's 9 points. It's 7%. So even when we crack through 117, we should still be SSR off SSR. So we should be able to get some shorts there on EA Sports. My biggest trade, though, I know we just zipped by this because I was saying happy birthday to Valeria. But Square, look, I wrote it down. I was really hoping that the market wouldn't go because 185 was going to be the biggest play for me all week. I was going to put the biggest amount of shares and risk capital-wise on this break right here of 185. Square, I've loved Square. I'm long in its double digits. It's a fantastic stock. Just keeps on going. The report was great. PayPal's fantastic. The Cash App for Square is going crazy. So 188 now, I guess, for a break, but we just did stop at 188.50. So I'm sort of thinking that we're going to have to wait for 188.50. I hate paying up that much, but Square, I think that's going to be probably one of the bigger stocks for the market here today, guys.
Okay, I'm just reading a headline here, guys, on Biogen. Looks like CVS CEO talking about this experimental Alzheimer's treatment as well. So no ruling yet on that Biogen, but just keep in mind BIIB still halted. Let's have a look at the overall market here. We're coming back to the downside. Did get positive there briefly, but we'll bring Arun in here and have a look at the ES. Arun, we are negative once again, but kind of back in that range once again.
You know, this the early morning unemployment report was stellar, which makes the open very interesting because right at the open, we're either going to blast upside, or we're going to completely reject that move. So keep an eye on the open. The levels I've got is 35.25 on the top end, which is the high from yesterday. So that's going to be the breakout point if you go for the longs. And on the bottom end, I'm looking for some support between 90 going down to 75, and then also going down from 65 down to 55. So there's a couple zones below. The first level I'm going to look is 90 going down to 75 for some hesitation. But the open is going to tell us what kind of, I guess, what the tone is going to be, at least for the opening half an hour or so. We're either going to accept it or we're going to reject it. So I'm going to keep an eye on the open to see which direction we're going to go in, and I'll use the level accordingly based on the direction we go there, Brendan. But those are the two levels to keep an eye on.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun on Monday. SMLP, there's a number of little ones to get to. MOGO, another one we'll talk about. But this SMLP, just want to mention this real quick. This is $1. We're right at $1 right now. So it's a little bit tough. Obviously going to be a bit of a magnet both directions. So if we do get below it, probably comes back up. Any kind of bounce into 135 to 145 off of the open, I'll look at SMLP. But right at $1, guys.
That's definitely a good look. And for those that are following, at the end of the list, I said there was some Canadian content. MOGO, M-O-G-O. It does trade both in Toronto. We'll be looking at it here over in the NASDAQ. Gap to the upside. Look, it's their platform now supports Apple Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and Samsung. I guess that matters too. But MOGO, it's coming back a little bit, but the level I was watching for was this little top consolidation. It broke 250. I started working into a short, but now 2 times it's tested 225 to 230 and bounced back up. With only 30 seconds or 90 seconds to go till the open. If we don't bust the bottom end of this range at 930, this one could be relatively strong and make a run at that high of day, guys. So I am short in MOGO, but I am a little bit alerted to the chance that it could make a run at this 275. A bit of a double top here. You go back in the daily chart, and then another level up there, 315. So I'm not going to give this all the way to 275 at the open. If 250 goes, I'll probably duck out of this trade. And then walk away. Wait to see if it fails at 275. That's a much better level. For now, it's in the money. Fantastic. But we'll see what does happen. It looks a little bit strong going into the open.
So guys, Roku, Square, EA, XPEV. So they're all on that. We apologize for the watches. The watches did go out today. We're going to find out what was going on. Peloton, here it is right here. Peloton, Uber, Roku, Square, Cannabis Stocks, Lee, Neo. I'm just trying to go over these just so you guys can get the names. EA Sports, Cody, also on there. We'll look at that off that earnings play. Carnival Cruise Lines on there. Palantir, we've already talked about that. I love Palantir, you guys know that. SMLP, FTSI, and MOGO all on here as well. So there's a quick little rundown of the watches, and I apologize. We'll find out. If you just signed up today with Gmail, it takes a day, right? So you're not going to get it right away today. We apologize for that. We'll try to figure out a solution for all this. 10 seconds, Neil.It that button.
Oh, that button is
everything
hit.
on watch today, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, XPeng right down into the first dip. That's the 3620 level, so watch out for this if it bounces. 2 and 1. Fantastic shirt. Happy birthday, Valeria. Let's get this market started, guys. I didn't mention, I should have, FTSI, which is another one of these. Already in the money. I did have a bit of a pullback trade in this name. I did pick it up a couple of times here when it broke this 530. We're now trying to get back down towards that below that $5 range. So this one coming in rather nicely. Another one from yesterday. Watch out for KXIN. But I'm watching XPeng dip now down below 36, and then it came right back to the upside. It's not open yet. Still waiting for the official open on the NYSE here, but it looks like we're pulling back in on XPEV.
Okay. Yeah, we got out of our Neo position there right away as we noticed. Again, Neo long there, we got out, and now we'll wait to see what it wants to do, if it wants to crack higher or not. Okay, we're into Palantir again at 1220. It does dip back down. Look at this big move to the downside, so we'll play off that. We'll get out if it breaks downside 1190 or so. Well worth the risk. And here goes CGC now open. We're going to see how high this one wants to go. No pun intended there on going high, but I do think that CGC does have a chance to make a move today, obviously, with this Biden news and with cannabis still rocking and rolling. But it looks like it's a little bit of a risk-off day here as the market's coming down just a bit here.
Yeah, I mean, ACB just bounced hard off of like 810, and it's making a run at breaking the high. I mean, 866, the current top, it's no longer 850. I mean, it could, if it breaks through, you're looking at a run, I think, to 920 is the level I was talking about there. So I'm going to see if we can't make a little bit of a move into it. 920 is going to be the first target for me. Well, $9, sorry, obviously, round even $9, and then into 920 would be the targets on ACB. If you can't beat them, join them is usually the way to go. So let's just see what happens. But I'm also watching now 35.40 over here in XPeng, because XPeng starting to come down here. And I was looking for a dip buy in that name.
Guys, you guys want an early bang? There it is already. Boom! Nice out on CGC. Hello. We told you this one has room to run. And here we go again, guys. Nice little move to the upside on CGC. 22.78. Look where we're long. 21, that's $1 clean right there to start your day. So hopefully that's a good trade. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted this out when I took this trade early and talked about it on the show. So there you go. EA Sports also breaking below 17. Let's see if that one has some legs to it. And we're into square at 185.05, although it doesn't look like it's open on the New York Stock Exchange yet. That's going to be a huge winner. What's up, Brandon?
Cloudflare, guys, net on New York here, up 8 or 9% now, but big flush there at the open. Big sell volume came in down to 62. Earnings aftermarket yesterday better than expected for Cloudflare, guys.
Yeah, there goes ACB over to 9. We'll let we'll hit some keys in a second here, but a lot's to manage because FTSI that I was just mentioning right before the open, this one did come down for me here. I was able to get that 5 break, added some more shares, and now we've broken 480, 460. So nicer winner. All my shorts were in the 530 range, so already got like a 50 to 60 cent return on a couple of exits. Got a bit of a nice move here in ACB. It just cracked back towards that, and it just touched 9 even actually. So we haven't broken 9 even just yet. When that does happen, the look for me is going to be take some out in front of 920 and then look if that will break daily chart level on 920 is what I was watching in ACB.
Okay, guys, and there it is. Palantir again. Long at 20 there. Should have got some more in this 12 area on that drop, but long 20s and a decent position, out some 32s. Let's hold for higher. We still have a big target upside of 50. I want to go long once we break 50. So obviously I have orders all the way up to get to that spot. So we'll see about that. Okay, did Square open? Because we have, I don't think this is even open yet, Square on the Stock Exchange. So
sorry.
We're averaged in here a little bit. I don't know. We're going to wait to see if it does open and breaks below 181. We're not in this heavy, so it's fine, but Square waiting for it to open up, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to go with line it up, knock them dead. I'll try to cover as many as I can. XPeng, we talked about the dip buy here. It does hold 35. I picked it up at 35.50. I just took some up for a 90-cent win. We'll run this into VWAP, take a little bit more out there. If it gets to this turnaround point, 37.60, 37.50 to 37.60 could be a bit of a lower high. So I'll take profit at that place as well. It took a long time to open up. I don't know if this was just multiple names in the NYC here, Sean, had a delayed open. I guess the volume and volatility is too much for some of these. We'll do a backflip as we just got a 37 break. That's $1.50 on XPeng here. Buy the dip, baby. It's what happens to work every single day in these names. And of course, ACB now headed and no stall whatsoever at 920. I mean, it blows right through to 950. Now it comes right back in. So when I canceled my order when it blew through, so I didn't take any profit out at the top. Next test at 950, I am going to get some shares out, but I mean, ACB, already a big runner. Only thing working against me is the one from yesterday. I had some KXIN, and that's starting to run up. That short 396, 420, the level I'm watching on that name, guys.
Yeah, NEO is open. We're long NEO as well, and we're huge on this one as well, guys. Long NEO, 41.75. We just took it, so now we're getting out on all of these guys. Palantir up to 47. Boom! The big ones are here today, guys. We are in the building again. 12.20. Bang, 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 bang. All the way up to 50. Look, we told you we were making that move up to 50 on Palantir. We love this stock and hells to the yeah, as now it breaks through 50. I mean, guys, it doesn't get any bigger and better than this. We just took some big wins here on Palantir. Let's try to get some out as now it's ripping above 12.50. Everything cashing in today. CGC, EA Sports, NEO, 40 cents in the money now as we break above 42, guys. What a big day. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of goes without saying. I'm trying to cover as many as I can for you guys, but Mogo, Canadian content, we talked about the short, where we liked it and why. You're going to see if it ever loads up. It just broke down to this support level, 210. Going to take a bunch of shares out here. It's already been a nice win. We got 240s to the short side, and then just took it up for a 30-cent win. XPeng still going, $38. We're now $2.50 in the money on that name. Brendan, what's up?
This XPEV, yeah, I was just going to mention this. Huge volume alert there just went off. This volume alert was about 100 times what it normally does in this time frame. So big spike there from 36 up to 38 on XPEV, guys.
All right, just watching this 182 level here. on Square. You know, if that breaks, sorry, 183, we're going to get out of half of these. We just got some more shares here off that before the open happened. Like, it ripped all the way. We went way into the money there on it, but we were too busy with Palantir and whatnot to worry about it. But NEO now 50 cents. Look at this buy. I mean, we got a bunch of good buys here on NEO today, including that your XPEV in the EV space as well. So this name just ripping to the high side. Ding, 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 ding. Out, 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 out. So we're still holding a little bit of NEO. Not much, though, as we're watching that go high side. And Palantir, guys, back to day's high. I don't know what else to tell you about this one other than, man, we've made a lot of money on this name. And just see how it's just cracking back and forth. Palantir just seems to be nuts right now. Look at the levels. Very, very thin for a $12 stock doing 6 million shares. So look, watch. This can crack. So very, very careful. We're already out of the majority of these in the 50s and 60s. So watch out. Palantir could crack the other way, guys. Square still doing not much. We're long 184.50. I love the 185 break. So if that happens again, we'll put some more risk on, guys, 185.
I just got trailed out of XPEV here at 38, guys. So it's going to be a 250 winner for that one. We'll go Superman action. Don't hit that one enough, I think, sometimes. But it was a nice little bottom pick. Look to buy the dips in the EV space. Do whatever works best for you. I mean, if you like the breakout trades and they're making you money, don't stray too far away from it. I'm gonna put myself in like the penalty box over this last execution in ACB. There was a consolidation down here, and I could have taken it out when it broke 9 even. I could have had a better than break even on the last 20% of my position. Started coming back in very heavily. My last exit was here at 933, so it did turn around at 950. It's coming right back and testing this level, 810. If we hold 8 to 810, maybe another ramp to the upside. But what a turnaround! As fast as it went up, ACB just came right back to the open price. Brendan, what's up?
Uber starting to go here. Just had an alert on Uber through 43. Didn't get there yet, but watch 43 there, the top end from aftermarket yesterday on Uber, guys.
Okay, we're watching out now because the market, I see some people asking me, are we going to reload on Palantir? I don't think so. The market, we're just going to get some out here, actually, if we can. The market seems to be wanting to go one way here, down. So, yeah, it doesn't look like Palantir. I mean, it's still going here, and our price is fine. We're long at 52 now, off of these longs, 20s. So, yeah, we just took a break through 50. I still think it's good. I mean, we're right back to flat. You could have reloaded down there in the 40s, but, again, it snaps necks, man, Palantir. So, I don't know. I just don't want to reload, and then we come back here and test down to 12.10. It's just a matter of how comfortable you are. We just took out a nice little win there on Square. We were long 180. We are still long 184.37. We just took some out at 75, so that's a 30-cent hit. It's not huge, but today everything's going for us in the money. So what can we complain about? EA Sports, we're short at 117 right now. Probably takes them out as it's bouncing around 50s, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to this FTSI. First move to the upside. It just bounced. I took over half the position out here at the bottom. Just try to get a bit more at 470. Missed it, but it is trying to test back up to the 530s. That's where I'm short on that little 550 breakdown, or 550 to 540 breakdown that happened pre-market. So do watch out if it goes northbound of 540. This could get a bit squeezed to the upside. Still below 5 even, still in the money, 50 pennies on it, so nothing wrong with that. We got that 10% return sort of locked in, at least most of it. If it breaks any lower, I'm looking for about 4 even as the ultimate target, guys. Brendan, what's up?
I mentioned CBS CEO was talking about that Biogen Alzheimer's treatment. They were also talking about their earnings because it was the earnings call. Earnings better than expected for CVS, 3.5% here. We're right at this level at the pre-market high here for CVS, guys.
Okay, guys, I mean, we're going nuts here because look at this NEO trade. We just got into XPEV as well. NEO, guys, $1 now in the money. Look at that out. Bang! Right up there, long 41 out. Great long there. We were long in the pre-market here on this consolidation. I keep telling you about that. Then we go long once it breaks that once again, and now we're monstrous on this position. Oh, yeah, monstrous? Yeah, Square. 184.50 we're long. It's at 186. I told you we'd put on risk on this position. Here we go, guys. Square to the moon. Bang! We're huge today again. Goal met, 940. Let's go, guys. November, my new favorite month.
A halt on FTSI, guys. I'm in the halt position on this one. It looks like we've halted to the upside, so it's a volatility halt. Thankfully, and I guess I'll count my blessings that we did take most of the position off, but this is a volatility halt to the upside. If it opens higher than this is where I got in. I'm literally getting out on the opening print if it goes to the upside. There's just no reason to hang on to this one. So if you are caught in this name, just watch out. Volatility halt on FTSI.
Guys, Square, dollars in the money now. XPEV, Neo, Palantir. Like, I don't know, guys. It's already way too early for everything. We could go fruit salad. We've got the fruit salad locked and loaded. We're huge today already, man. What a monster day for us. Look at all the positions we have. CGC, let's just review these. CGC, 77 cents in the money. EA Sports, $1 in the money. Neo, $1.32 in the money. Palantir, 25 cents in the money. Square, $1.50 in the money. XPEG, 40 cents in the money. That sounds like 6 for 6, Brendan.
Nice look to start the morning. Another one to maybe add to that. Upwork here. We mentioned this one yesterday. Had a huge move following better than expected earnings. This is an online employment agency. Back to the downside this morning. But this 27 we're trying to bounce off of on UPWK. Huge level. Big time volume again today for this one, guys.
All right, yeah, we're just, I'll get some out of XPEV here just to see if the Neo special doesn't keep happening. Out of a little bit of XPEV there. Square, great out on Square. 187 as we watch the market just keep coming back to the downside here. So Square was really huge there. We're almost out of everything. We have 30% left of our Square position. Our Palantir position, beautiful out there at 80. Just watch out for this market, man. I really think that we may be a little bit silly not get some out, so we'll punch some out right now on Palantir. You see out 68, out some 65s. I just want to get a little lighter on some of these positions as the market is pulling back down here.
Yeah, just watch out because, as you said, Sean, the market is pulling back, and I'm going to be guilty here. Lining up my open order for that halt trade because it was on the Amex and usually trading in the NASDAQ in the New York. So I had to make sure on FTSI that I was locked and loaded and ready to take that reopening print. Not Kodak, KXIN, guys. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the one I'm in just now, but Sahalt is an FTSI. Now, KXIN, this is a play from yesterday. Just worth noting, it had a hard reversal, guys. If you go to the higher time frame, shorting into the upward move, it just failed through that 420 mark, so it looks like it's trying to come back in. Bigger, if it does break upside, the next level will be 460, but I think we can get back down southbound of 4 even. Main concern here is we're going to open back up in a couple of minutes in FTSI, and I am not holding this position. I'm getting out, market on open order, no matter where it opens. I'm just covering the short.
And guys, remember at the beginning of the day when I said that one of the biggest positions would first of all be Square at 185. We're lucky to get it at 183. Huge trade there. I also told you we analyzed this, and I was really quick on EA Sports. I said one play, short 117. Bang, $2 in the money right now for you. So hopefully you have this trade with me, man. We still have a third left on this one as the day just keeps getting bigger and better. As Square now making moves again, hopefully to the upside here, despite what this market is doing. We're just monstrous today, guys. Remember, stay tuned. Hydration Nation is in the building as well as we continue to go. It's been a big Friday for us. Give it to us again, Bren.
The volume alerts on this Li Auto just coming fast and furious here. We had one to the upside back above 28 and then immediately right back down below 27. So another volume alert here for Li Auto, guys.
XPeng as well pulling back in. I'm looking at 36.20. That was the first dip level. 35 was the next one we caught it. So if 36.20 holds above that, looking for another bounce to the long side. Still no open on my halt trade, but MOGO, MOGO, trading in the New York. The NASDAQ. I still have this one short. It's still looking relatively good. I said this could be a strong one. If it gets below $2, I think it's going to be smooth sailing for the short trade. 250 remains the out. Not giving it to high day. Told you about why, because of the relative strength. But we can reload in front of 240 now that it's failed to bust through that price on the open. This one firmly in the money. It's a 238 short, but I'd take a little bit lower than that on a reload, guys. There goes XPEV. I actually tried to get that one back in the long side, but already starting to bounce up.
And yeah, this has just been a ridiculous morning for us. Congratulations to everybody that's in this with us here today. I have no LFT, and these markets just keep going, ripping to the high side. Look at this CGC's trade. What's up, Daryl? I know that you're on this with us as well. $22, $23. Guys, we're long 21.77 here on this name. So hells yeah, slaying dragons. Like, where's a dragon? I want to slay the crap out of it because today, man, we're just going nuts. We already went long. We just went long again on Square, 187. I told you the biggest position that you needed to have on today was Square at 185. This, as soon as this happened, I took these in the face of this coming down. That's how much we believe in this. Hit it, hit it, hit it, and then bang to the upside. 187 and change here. We're monstrous. I hope you like the show so far. Oh, yeah, and the other one, very briefly, EA Sports through 117, bang to the downside. That's a $3 winner for you. Palantir, we've been hammering this early, man. 12.20. Hello, it's at 12.60. Everything making money. I don't know what else to talk about right now. We'll find some new names for you. Brendan always has them. Give it, bud.
How about Roku? Another one from the watch list. Just tested this high from the pre-market here, 238.45. A little bit of a pullback here, but volume alert popping up there for Roku, up 5.4%.
All right.
This is why you have to look at this whole trade, and this is exactly why I told you guys, out of everything when it reopens, got the bottom wick. Now that's because it opened at the low 40.88. Actually take a 10% win on it, then immediately runs back to the upside. I think the fact that it failed to break 550, good sign for the shorts. So the short's still working, but got the best possible fill by getting that market on open order in and ready to go, guys. I do want to go back over to ACB just very, very quickly for you guys because this name, trying to make another run at the top. I talked about my poor entry to get out. Should have not been the last 20% for a loser. All the kinds of chance to win. It is putting in higher lows, 8.15, now making another run at the high. It's a 950 jailbreak if that ever comes, but I'm looking to buy a bit of a dip on VWAP in front of that 820, the last higher low on ACB. The party doesn't seem like it's over just yet for cannabis.
No, yeah, we're dollars in the money right now as well. Check it out. We just tweeted out our square position there, and yeah, really super happy with this one, man. 188, $3 in the money. Good trade on that one. Cannabis keeps on going. EA Sports making a little bit of a bounce back now. I'm thinking 115.40 or so could be an out. We're going to check it on a little bit of a longer time frame. I mean, we can hold this all the way to 116. Why don't we do that? Let's just hold it to 116, whatever. I mean, this is what happens when you're so huge. You kind of tend to give some money back a little bit uncontrollably. I mean, I'm waiting for more trades here, but we'll wait for that one. Square, probably going to take a little bit off of this. Neo comes all the way back, so what a great out that was for Neo. Still a huge positive stock today. We're not negative, so we'll just keep running this to the high side, hopefully on Neo. But we're going to get out of some Square as the market just keeps on pulling back, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this market, that's worth noting because you're seeing a lot of breaks up here, and the market holds in negative territory, at least for the time being. Alert to Mogo, if you're trading this one, I said it could be relatively strong. Still in the money on the short. There's nothing wrong with it, but you do have to watch this other retest. It's coming right back to that 240, 250 area. I'm going to be reloading now that I've seen it jump up and fail. I think we can take some more shares and feel a little bit confident about it, guys. So just got some out for a nice little 40-cent win again, but I want to be reloading in the 25 to 30 range, holding below VWAP all session long, and every single time it tests higher, it flushes right back down. That's going to give me some confidence to add to my position short. If it breaks $2, we got a bigger home run here because 134 the previous close, and I mean, lots of room to the downside, guys. We got a winner.
Okay, good. Always good to have winners. We are back into Roku right now, 238.60 and change. We'll see if we can get this higher here on Roku. If it goes to 239.30 or so, we'll get out of a little bit of this one. We have Roku long. I don't know. It was an earnings report there. This one may not go. So we can give it back to the bottom of this candle, 235.91. Oh, that's a big candle. Okay. Yeah, Roku exploding here. This may be a little too juicy right now. Big, I mean, $3 candle. We may get out of some of this. I probably have a little bit too many shares here, but we are on to Roku right now. Palantir, man, just keeps ripping back to day's high. So those of you that are with me, guys, it's a chicken dinner winner for you, and I hope you enjoy it because Palantir, Gregory, he knows, everybody knows that I'm long this thing at 950. It's up to 1290. We just put this trade on just the other day, man, down here at 950. That's like I don't know, a week ago? So big trade here on Palantir to go. Oh yeah, I was nervous about our Roku trade, not nervous about taking $1 on it though. So we're gonna go upside on Roku. Just another banger, guys. The day is not over. Stay with us, man. I have all winners today. It's been a monster day for us.
Here's a turn in next pen, guys. Just talked about this making a higher low. It just held 36. 36.20 was the first dip point before we opened. This was the dip that we caught at 35. Now playing it one more time, this time 36.23. I'll play it into VWAP, try to take 50 to $1 on this one, and maybe even hold on for a third if we're going to get a bigger move in XPeng. It was great the first time. Let's double up here. Brennan, what's up, bud?
Another one from the earnings reports column. IIVI, electronics equipment maker, 2.5%, just made a day high there. Earnings better than expected, so up huge 2 days in a row here, coming up to $58 for this one, guys.
Let's just dump our Neo.
So immediately, guys, 50 cents on the money on that first dip. I try to get you as fast as possible. We'll go yeehaw for this trade next peng. Twice we got the bottom. I want this one into VWAP. Got to take profit off because it did have a failed break at 39. It is starting to come back. I got to take the profits while they're there in the market, seeming like it wants to slide down, but a nice level that we're looking at initially before the market even opened. So caught a little dip buy on this name, guys.
Guys, hopefully you're with us on Roku because it's a banger, guys. Roku, $3 in the money. Once again, $238 long. We just tipped up to $3. We went $5 in the money there. Didn't even notice that on Roku. Was in the money $5 on that last trade, guys. Square in the money $1. Like I fed these trades, guys. Absolutely fantastic. We lined up all the pins for you. Today was like bowling, but when you put those walls on the side there, where no matter what, you can't get a gutter ball. Look at this today, guys. Square, you guys know it. Everybody heard what we talked about. I said 185 was the biggest trade of the week. That's what you needed to put on. There it is, 185 on Square. Oh, well, it's only $4 in the money, so hopefully you have some profits there. Roku as well, back to the high side, $4 in the money on this one. EA Sports, $1 in the money. Well, it's going to come back up to 16. This was $2.50 in the money. And Palantir, you know what, guys, we may just retire. Palantir, look at this. Bang, we take it out. Brendan, you're Palantir right here. Come on, Brendan. Come on, Palantir. We slay that. Look at this price, guys. Palantir, 13 and a quarter. 13 and a quarter for Palantir. What a trade. This is, I don't know. I keep talking to Greg. He probably has his headset on, but this is a monster trade, Neil. I know you're loving some Palantir, baby.
You gotta love Palantir in there. It's all about finding the stock that works for you and just going back to the well over and over again. Look, I know it might seem boring to some people, but you gotta cover what's working. That's why we're going to XPeng. That's why we've been trading Neo. That's why Sean's over in Palantir. Like I said, VWAP here at XPeng. I just took out some for an 80-cent win. Sorry, a $1 winner on the second third of this trade. Because it's starting to slow down a little bit here, guys. So do watch out for your EV names. They look like they might be rolling over. Break even stop for me now, so I can't turn this into a losing trade. Don't want that to happen. Brendan, what do you got for us there?
Good day to be long, apparently. Peloton, guys, volume alerts here at day highs for Peloton. So this is a 3-minute chart I'm showing right now. I don't see a red candle since the open on Peloton, guys.
What a day to be long. I think this is like the best day all week to be long, guys. If you have the right names, this is a $5 winner on Roku. This is a $3 winner this is really a $4 winner on Square. And then CGC, the cannabis names, everything. Like I said, today I feel like was really just a layup. If you trade the same way that I was trading today, we're huge today. It's my biggest day maybe of the last couple months. So congratulations to everybody. Just keep the train going, guys.
Yeah, obviously Peloton's going to be a big-time breakout. I thought we were going to get a dip buy, and that's what you heard me say. Let's be a buyer in Peloton if it gives you anything to the low side. Worth noting, it is starting to come into some serious levels to the upside of resistance. If this gets parabolic, which it kind of almost already is, it's only 4% for now. But if we get to 140, that was a hard turn the last time, and it was a big failure lower. Now, I talked about XPeng, break even stop on the rest of this. I'm going to start going with really quick trades if I'm going to continue to be a buyer in XPeng because it just tested the low one more time. Gave it a nice bounce into VWAP for a $1 winner on this name. But you're talking about bottom to top. It already put a $4.50 move that we're able to capture from bottom to top, which is crazy on a name like this. I do need to get you guys back over to Mogo, but I will first cover this FTSI. I know it's still going crazy. I've laid off this one because of that halt. It's come back up, tested lower. I got a failed break on that reopen. Now it's right back below that 550. If we maintain lower than 5 even, it's a re-entry to the short position. But I ran away from this one like a jailbreak here at 490 for a 50-cent winner on that reopen. I'm not holding through halt. I think it's reckless. No need to throw away. I could have thrown away my entire day today if I had held through this and went parabolic to the upside. Next thing you know, it's at $7, and I'm negative on the day.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to those words there. No matter what happens, Roku could drop to 0. My day does not get thrown away. So we'll protect Roku. I just put an order in to get out if it does break through 240. I'm thinking that we take $5 on this, guys. Maybe we should on Roku take that money. Square does break below 187 there, so we did get out of the last little piece. Not great. In at 187, out at 187. It does go all the way to 189.50. Square, my largest position today and my biggest winner profit-wise today. Square. I don't know what else to tell you guys on that one. EA Sports, near day's low once again. So we go long on everything, but short on EA. So a bunch of longs and one short on EA Sports. Man, I'm already exhausted. You better make sure that you have the water. We're flexing our new sweatshirt there. Oh yeah, and on the back, I don't know, can we go to this camera, guys? If you want to see, it says, I'd rather be trading. So there it is there. Pick that up, guys. I'd always rather be trading, but don't tell the wife. I love you if you're watching this. I want to give a shout out to my mother-in-law as well, who apparently watches it and was saying that she didn't know I like strawberries. So what's up, mother-in-law? Get some strawberries ready. Get that whipped cream. Roku right now, Brendan. Thank you for bringing that to our attention as well. This is a ho-hum, a $6 winner, as the money just keeps on flying in on this end. How are you doing today, Brendan?
You know, we're getting along. ONCT, we mentioned yesterday, there was news on this one. Big move to the upside yesterday from $1.60 to $4.40. Oh, by the way, Roku all-time highs as well. ONCT is now 18% again today. $4 coming into play there on a volume alert, guys.
And this is why you get out of XPeng. I talked about a break-even stop. It's now $2, breaking through the pre-market low here at 34. If this goes any lower, you're probably talking about 33 as the next support to the downside. If it can bounce there, I'd be all over it if we can get XPeng. I think there's going to be scalp trades. You have to first watch this. This is a pre-market low here. There was consolidation. If it turns again, could be another bottom pick, but it does not feel like that's happening. This is exactly why we got out of this without even letting it go against us, because the sell action right now on this pullback in the EV space is pretty strong. And XPeng looks like it's found its top, and it's $39.50.
Okay, guys, sometimes you need to do this. You kick your feet up, you relax. I got the football socks on. You saw what the Packers did yesterday to a beat-down San Francisco team, so we don't really talk too much about that. 34-3 until we stopped trying, and they got 2 late touchdowns. Okay, Roku up 9%. We'll just keep on going, guys. We're drinking that water. We're just taking a little bit of a break. We're just watching the P&L just skyrocket right now with all of these positions. Roku huge, Palantir huge, EA Sports now breaking new lows, and this is my setup. This is what we're doing. What's up again to everybody out there? I really hope you're enjoying the show. Thanks for the compliments on the sweater here. You can pick yours up as well, but maybe we got to look at Roku here. I'm going to probably get out if it does break back below 244, but we're just chilling out right now. Relaxing. I think this is very, very important that you do this every once in a while. I don't need to be in tons of trades. I've already made 79, and we're monstrous. So we're just celebrating a little bit here. What's up, Brendan?
Another one to look at, IRWD, pharmaceutical name up about 11% here. This thing barely trades usually. Volume through the roof this morning. It's already moved $1 to the upside. There's rumors floating around. They've added a very big named activist investor to their board. So IRWD, worth a look. Kind of thin, though, guys.
Gonna get back to a name that looks like it's calmed down, and I love when this happens for you. Just had an idea to short this one. It's a day 2, day 3 play, and we talk about this. So if you're following our watch list, just keep any of those names that are in play. If you've never heard of them, in KXIN was a great trade yesterday to the south side. We covered that one pretty well. Day 2, failure break through the high of the day. This is the top end of that range. You go back in the daily 430. It breaks that 20 mark, can't get through 30. I catch some more shares on the way down. I had to chase it all the way to 10s, unfortunately. But now it looks like it wants to trend down towards this 75. I'll take about half my position out in front of this level, but look at this recovery it had in the afternoon. If it breaks this 375, I think we're headed back down to 350. So I want to make sure I have some on board when that happens. When a stock goes in the money for you and you start to break out some support levels, hang on to some for the bigger win, guys. Speaking of hanging on, if you're still hanging on to XPEV here, wowzers. Wow. Yeah, jailbreak, it's now $33. I talked about the next level down. Maybe it runs into some support here, but this is starting to get ugly. I wouldn't be surprised if we halt at some point, but 32.80 to 33 was the next leg down. We thought maybe it could run into support. If it finds some sideways action, that's the only way I'm going to play it. I've twice bought a dip into selling, not when it's this strong, guys. It needs to go sideways at least a little bit before I want to jump back into the long. XPEG now 5% down after a 10% move up at the open. Crazy.
Yeah, utterly crazy there. So what we're trying to do here with Roku is just watch this. I said 244 might be an out there. It just does tick down there to 244.75. So I think 244.50 will be our out here on Roku. So we'll watch that. Guys, it's only a $7 winner today, so on Roku. So we'll wait for that one, 244.50 to come in. We'll give back a little bit and make it about a $6 winner if that does come in. EA Sports still looking like it's a good one. Canopy, again, we're making a lot of money on the show, but we're crushing it even more in our trading accounts. Those of you that have followed know which symbols we're long. Oh, let's check out GW. Is it GRGW or GRWG? I don't know. Green growth. No, it's GRWG. 22.31. So this stock is down, but this was another great call. This is the Home Depot. Watch out for this one. I may pick some more up in my account in this one after the show, but I'm just going to put that order in on Roku. Make sure we don't miss that, guys. 244.50. I'm just going to get out of this one and put that $6 in our pocket if that's what it wants to do. Brendan, tell us what's happening now.
After the past couple of days, I expected to be a little bit of a pause, I guess, in the rally. We can see a little bit negative here on North American markets, but we're actually off the low. So NASDAQ down 1.3% for the 100, 1.15% leading. Worth noting, tech stocks leading to the downside. The Dow and the S&P both down 0.5%. The Russell back to basically flat here. It was a little bit lower than that earlier. TSX flat as well here in Toronto. Down in Brazil, 0.3% to the downside as well. Let's go over to a couple of things from the watch list. Still worth watching here. Cron, we've been talking about CGC. We've been talking about ACB. Little weakness here. It got to 750, turned on a dime. We're consolidating $7 here on Cron. We're starting to see a few of the other cannabis names coming back to the downside. So I like this big sharp move down, consolidating below a decent level there, 7. Looking a little weak for Cron at the moment. ACB, on the other hand, not so much. Consolidating at day highs, $9 there. Big level needs to be taken out for ACB. EA, yeah, Sean was just mentioning this one. Also consolidating day lows here after the flush. Earnings not good. We mentioned it if you joined us in the pre-market. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. I made a promise if we get winning trades coming out of it or take a winner from Brendan, we'll go with a yeehaw action. But before I cover that name, I just want to go back to SMLP. I think this was the last thing that Brendan said to you guys. Watch out for that dollar range when it did break. I was looking for an actual retest after the open to those teens. I like to sell into the pop when there's a positive news and then work it down to $1. Now it's back to penny stock status. So the only play left, if it makes another run testing $1, we can use about 105 as a bit of an area. So 105 to 110, maybe short it if it gets to that $1 mark again. It doesn't seem like that's the case. This one, I hate to say easy call, but when these go back to penny stock status, it can tend to get a little bit ugly for some of those. I want to go to Mogo as I see the dance. That must mean we're at 1,000 likes already, a half an hour in. I'm going to assume that's true. And thank you, everybody, for all the support, of course. And it's a great, fantastic birthday present today has been already for both Valeria and Lucas of our production crew. Mogo just broke $2 for the second time. I'm not taking anything out. We've already covered just about 3/4 of this position. If it breaks lower from here, it's about $1.50 to $1.60, where I'd anticipate maybe it finds the bottom, and I'll work the rest of this out on the way down from there. It was just a simple 240 short in front of 250. I got one spike off the open to get 245 in. My average price now 240. If we can get anywhere from like 50 to 60 cents on the rest of this trade on an average price, I'll be very, very pleased with this. Mogo shorting some Canadian content here. Great news for the company. Both Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay now on their platform, but went up a little too far, so we had to short it.
Guys, we're wearing the mask for a different reason right now because we feel like we've robbed the market today. Here it is. Yeah, what's up? Go to this picture. Okay, there it is. University of Waterloo right here, where my kid is going to. Very proud of him as well. He talks stocks with me now, so great job. Get this off. We can't talk properly. Look at Roku now, guys. We're long at 238. It's at 247. This is a $9 winner right now on Roku. So I'm going to adjust the price targets here on this stock as we continue to rip up that 9.9%. Oh yeah, EA Sports, $2 in the money. Canopy right now, $1 in the money. Well, yeah, get this off. Yeah, let's get out of here. Palantir, Palantir.
Money.
I mean, this is at 13.55 right now. And not only is this at 13.55, we're long at 12.50 right here because we took a secondary long. That was our big position. But we also took a decent position, about 40% of this one, back down here at 12.20. So I come in and goes like, what the hell? That should not have dropped like that off the open when I love the stock. So don't do that. $10 now for Roku as we continue to go high side. I mean, I just went to take a little bit of a break, and the positions just keep getting better. So it's always nice when you're hella long are crushing the market, and your short is also crushing the market. So we're just monstrous right here, guys. follow us, everything. Yeah, we're all having super fun times today. It's been a fantastic day. I haven't even touched Bitcoin. That's how good this equity market's been.
And one name that, like, apologies, guys, but if you're going to focus on what's working for you and just making that cash, you got to stick to the symbols that are going. And I know we had a look on Uber to be a buyer today, and you get this nice little breakthrough 42. For anyone that did take it, just go back a little bit further out here, and if you can, there is a bit of a level that'll get to like 47. Uber up 5%. We talked about both the positive ballot initiative, and then look, it was not a necessarily bad earnings report. Some of the concern, of course, is they don't make money on the Eats business, but a nice little breakout for Uber. I definitely love that $40 support for a couple of days in a row here. So if we do get a bit of a pullback, you're going to want to look at my favorite number at 42 and start digging into a long in front of that 40. If you got like a longer time frame, just to jump over to KXIN. I did talk about this one a couple of times here. This was a great stock yesterday. It looks like it's going to be a safe run all morning for this one to the south side. And again, the key thing is that it tested that 425. Now, if it breaks 375, it's going to be all systems go to get us right down into this 350 area. And if that breaks, I'm actually going to switch things up. I'm going to hold on to a little bit of the position. If 350 breaks, we're talking about another 10% move to the downside on KXIN before it goes to some serious support at 3 even, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah, just messaging the wife here. Okay, Palantir. I mean, now we're at $1.10 in the money on a $13 stock. Okay. And why we hit the backflip there was, again, guys, because today we feel like the money is literally coming out of the sky and falling down, because there it goes. We hit the backflip because here's a $10 winner for you right now as we continue to go. Roku. I don't know why I was so nervous when I first got this. It's because it came from 235. And that sometimes can be a problem. Like, I got in on an $8 move higher, but you had to believe in what you trade. So there it goes right to the high side. And this is the thing, like, most of my positions, we're crushing it today. Like, I mean, we're positive everywhere. You can see the damage that's been done to the bottom here on the screen. And someone just tweeted out that I was robbing the market with that mask. That's a great one. Thank you so much for that one. I think it was Peter. Good job there, guys. Learning from the best team. I mean, Twitter's blowing up right now. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given us. And we just continue to keep making magic happen here. So 242 and change to the high side. I just put out 246.80 to get out of this, but I think I got to adjust it, man. What about 247.70 here? 247.67. We're $11 now, guys. $11 in the money right here on Roku. And you see him walking on the screen. Now you're going to get him in real life. What's up, B?
What a move for Roku. Yeah, that's impressive. The Trade Desk, another impressive mover. This is a $700 stock, guys. It's moved, yeah, $60 on the day. So earnings for the Trade Desk aftermarket yesterday, way better than expected. $700 stock, it's up 23% on the day. That's just absolutely insane. I want to go back over to, we just talked about this name, FTSI. Looks like it's going to continue to flush down. If it's 475, I'm going back into this position on this little break. You're going to see a couple of times it's come down to this price. Not a ton of liquidity, but trust me when I tell you, there is a buyer at 75 that's been holding this up. When that goes, it already tried to break once to the upside and failed even with a halt. If it comes again, it looks like we're going to flush and take another nice little short here. So 475 on FTSI. Had to let it calm down after that halt. You want to make sure you're confident about this. And I do not like these when they're halting to the upside. So now that it's got some better price action, oh, wow. Break 75, instantly 20-cent move. I only crossed 10 pennies on that 75, and wow, immediately goes through two big levels. So that buyer broke in literally a heartbeat. I'll be shorting in front of 75 if it pulls back. I'm not going to chase it too far. There's always a price you're not willing to pay. Market order can work. I don't use them. Limit order is only for me.
Okay, yeah, I hate market orders. I don't use market orders either, guys. So just a little tip on that one. If this breaks a couple more pennies, we're going to get out of EA Sports here and just put this $1.70 in our pocket. So it does go as low as 114.40. That would have been a beautiful trade to get out at the very bottom. But we'll take it out right now, as it looks like it could break a little higher here from here. So we're in the money right now at $1.70. And Roku, guys, hot dogs for you, hot dogs for everybody. I don't know what else to tell you guys about the trading that I've been doing today and the last little while. I see Palantir, like, hello. I mean, Brendan, this stock going insane. $1.50 upside here on Palantir. Valeria, we know, loves Palantir. This stock just keeps on making moves to the upside here. High side on Palantir. $247. This is a $12 winner on Roku. We almost cracked 250. Or did we? We got to 250.04 there maybe before coming back down. So let's see if that breaks. If it doesn't, we'll give it back a little bit here. 247 and change. We'll give this one about $2 back to the upside. And again, thank you so much for all of the love on the show. It's absolutely amazing. And again, I told you guys, I'm going to get a little bit of FOMO right now, but we're still going to do backflips because I see people giving the credit here on the chat. And you know what? Square. This was my biggest position all week. I told you guys about this before I take it, and that's the one thing. You've asked to get you guys more risk, tell you what we're going in on, stronger than more. This was 185 here on Square. I talked all about it. Unfortunately, this move down gets me out. That's embarrassing because we would have a $6 or $7 winner now on Square. We've already robbed this bank once. We're going to do it again and again and again as Roku now above 250. $12 winner on this one. $1.50 on Palantir. $2 now on EA. $1 on CGC. And $7, guys, on our big track. I keep pointing them there because I'm getting ready to throw to Brendan, but $7 on Square there as well. I hope this has been a good week for you. Regardless, have a great weekend. We're coming back with more. Let's throw it to Brendan at the big board, upgrades and downgrades. What up, Robbie?
Hey guys, yeah, let's get some more to look at because we need more today. AMD, Roku, Square, all on here today on the upgrade side. I didn't even look at this one. Appian, 11.5% on earnings as well. A bunch of big moves on this side as well. Assembly Biosciences, yeah, 66%. And then down here, I'm going to show you this one in a second. Global Blood Therapeutics, they had trial data that came back on the bad side, so a big move down. But Square, yeah, what can you say? What a move for this thing. 180 in the pre-market available there now. We're up $12 from that, above that high from aftermarket yesterday on earnings. This is GBT, Global Blood Therapeutics, 35%. They reported, again, on a trial that they had going on aftermarket yesterday. Big disappointment there. So back to 39 today. This thing was 59 yesterday, guys. Back to you.
It's about to be the first position here in Uber, guys. It's a little bit of a pullback back towards that 44. It did break up shy of 45 even, but this was the secondary push that you do see here after the open. It was about 43.80, so you can take a bit of a dip at 44, give it to that 43.80 mark. It's not going to be as big risk, of course, in terms of the amount of growth because it is a bit of a pullback after a third move, but I like the level at 43.80. I've seen that exact type of pullback hold a couple of times, so I'm going to be getting into Uber for the first time today, up 5%. But the way the market is going, if you have the right names, they've been continuously moving to the upside, with the exception of the pullback in the EV space. I'll get to XPeng in just a bit of a second here because it's now trending back to the downside after briefly breaking 35.
Guys, we're cooking here like Aaron Rodgers last night on all these positions. Just to give you an update, we are going to be getting out here if this drops down another $1 on Roku. Yeah, what we want to do was celebrate this out right here on EA Sports. A great little short here, out, held the rest for a little bit, and then we got out on that. So that's $1.70 there on EA Sports. So, and this is the thing, man. Like I say, we're going to do this because this is just mood, man. This is the kind of mood that we're in right now. You know, we're sporting the goods right today. The Good Luck sweater is on. I'd rather be trading. I can't even know what side the logo's on. There it is. Remember, it's reverse, right, when we're on camera. So, you know, we've got this on. We're feeling pretty comfortable. We have the monster winners on. I'm so happy. Square is my largest. That's going to be a lie. Roku's my largest per net win today. But from a P&L standpoint, Square is right here, man. I just wish I could rewind and have back the last hour because we put on tons of shares here at 185 because we averaged in all the way down. I told you even before the show started that Square was going to be the largest position of the day at 185. It's at 193 right now, guys, Square. So hopefully you still have that position on. That's an $8 winner on my largest position of the week was Square, down here at 185. I give you the goods and tell you what we're doing. Palantir, this may have just seen its high there at 14. We're gonna wait to see. If we crack down below 1350, we'll get out of this Palantir for just a disgustingly huge win on that one. And by the way, guys, CGC still at highs of the day. Look at this long. This may be worth getting out right now, though. 23. If we break through 23, hells to the yeah. What a successful day this has been, Neil. I know you're loving some of these trades.
I'm loving everything here. I mean, it's the only thing that you got to be cautious about. You're seeing a lot of these names that ran to the upside that were the big winners hold strength. You're not seeing an XPeng here, and we're starting to roll over. If I like 35 for a dip buy and I like 36.20 for a dip buy, if it enters this range on weakness, it's going to be a bit of a rollover trade for me. So I haven't shorted XPeng or any of the EV space today, but I'm now looking at it here. And if we cannot break above 36.20 and start to roll over, I'm going to short this price area on XPeng. It was such a, I mean, I was watching the strength of it on my level 2 when it dropped $6.50. And trust me when I tell you, the bid completely evaporated. If I see that happen again, this is the price area I'm going to look to short. It's exactly where I was going long both times. So got to play this to the short side if it rolls over here. Uber, I did just get into that one to the long side. It's a little bit, it's a bit overheated, you might want to say. It's a risk to reward type of idea. If we can hold the top end of this range, I think we'll get a nice little push back into 45, risking about 25 cents. You got to tighten things up a little bit when it's already gone 41 to 45, and you miss that 10% move. So you tighten things up a little bit when it comes to your risk on some of those names. Two shorts are working for us. FTSI. If that holds below $5, we're going to go all the way to 4 on the end of the day, I do believe, rather firmly. There in Mogo, I've been shorting the Canadian content all morning, and that has never really tested against us. Initially, I did think it looked a little bit strong, but once you break the top end of this range and then hold it on a retest at the open, things usually start to work well for you for the short. That's exactly what's happening. It's trying to hold $2. But even then, you're talking, 240 to 2. That's a pretty good return. I have taken most of it off for that reason. If you can get that, you should always take it. If we hold below 2, $1.60 seems like it could be in play. Brendan, what's up?
For a market that is negative currently, I've seen more all-time highs today than I can remember in a long time. This is another one. We talked about this earlier. Cloudflare net, 18% all-time highs again here, right at day highs right now for NET, guys.
Okay, NBT, NBD there on some of these names today. We'll look at those again. EA Sports, we did get in here above that VWAP. That was an order that we didn't have, that we had to get out. Remember we said 116 was going to be our first out. So we're back in this. I do like it because it is breaking back through VWAP, but we're only going to give this a little small move to the downside here. If it does break back down below 116.80 or 115.80, we're going to get out. We're going to try a long here on EA Sports and see if that one wants to come through. But other than that, man, Palantir still, again, man, $14 now. It just touched again. So we'll wait to see what this one wants to do to the high side. But Palantir looking like it wants to continue to make us some money and put that into our account. So, yeah, big time moves upside here. Palantir, $14 and still going. Oh, yeah, by the way, Roku again, all-time highs, and we're still long down here at 238. If that's not a Superman trade, I don't know what is. Roku right now to the moon right here, guys. $14 winner is what it is. Neil getting some orders in there, so
apologies, guys. It was just I just missed the turn, and Uber's gonna go in the money for me. But I was just talking about XPeng to you guys about trying to catch a bit of a reversal. And look, I'm not used to this stock having as big of a spread as it is. So my reflexes in terms of crossing in and getting in aggressive, I'm going like 5-10 cents at a time, and it's just there's the liquidity on these moves, and it's still a minute chart I'm using. I was trying to catch it short this entire way, chasing it like 40 or 50 cents, which usually to me is like, well, I can't chase any further than that. But you're getting dollar moves like they're nothing on XPeng here. Yeah, I should have been more aggressive in my target range, but the bottom of that range, my last order, 35.20 is where my long was. That was the last I was going to chase it to. You are seeing it come back in. If it does hold below 35, I still think the short is on. The bid just keeps evaporating every now and then on the stock, and someone's trying to stack it here at 85, but I've been watching it just fall off the face of the earth every single time. So XPeng looks like a bit of a sell. Uber, which we did just take into the long trade, this is starting to work up. I just got some out here at 44.30, so we'll quickly take off a 25-cent win. I'll take some more off at 44.50. 75 is the high of day, so goes without saying, we talk about the quarters and 50s all the time. Ho-hum, we're going to keep doing it here. If it breaks the top, Watch out, I'm not going long on a high-end break of Uber. It's already made 3 moves, and 45 is right there. Much better at the even dollar than at 44.75.
All right. Yeah, we're setting you guys up and lining them down and just knocking them out. EA Sports, we go short, and then now we're like I said, man, this is like bank robbing today. EA Sports to the high side right now for another 40-cent win. Roku still making moves, man. Went to 252. I'm thinking like this is a better out now, 249. So if it comes back down below 249, we're going to get out of this one. Right now, Brendan, small cap recap. Not that we need any recaps of these small caps today. Neil's been pretty good on them. Brendan's been crushing them as well. So Roku here, high side. Let's throw back over to Brendan. 249 is my out, guys.
Hey guys, yeah, a few of them to get through this morning. Let's jump right into things. Mogo, the first one we talked about in the pre-market. If you joined us, I felt like I was chasing this thing all morning long, so I made a bit of a mess of this. Stopped at a sum here, right at the open. Still in a fair bit though, so we'll see what happens. But the reason being, let's talk about that. $3 up here was the level I was looking at on the daily chart. If you go all the way back to August of last year, so the summer of last year, this $3 pivot. Pretty obvious level on the daily chart. So I really wanted this thing a lot higher. So I was kind of anticipating a move to the upside. Never got it. We've just been grinding down ever since. So nice look though overall for that MOGO. This one's been nuts all morning. FTSI, very thinly traded. We talked about it in the pre-market, very thinly traded. So be careful with this one. Nice spike on the open to the downside there. The downside there got most of that out, but had to get out. On the reopen of the halt, we're back to day lows, though, for FTSI. Still my best stock today, FTSI. KXIN, the other one, this one has been a little bit relatively weak, a little bit, as far as the EV space is concerned, above, or it's not really EV space, but Chinese auto anyways. Above the high there, I got out of some, but still holding. KXIN, kind of grinding to the downside, but if you look at the bottom there, volume already drying up on some of these guys. Back over to you.
So the only place that you like volume drying up, I think, is when you're holding some of those shorts. You almost want it to be picking up if you're taking these breakout longs, or at least holding. And that's what I want to show you guys here on an Uber. I did take another exit here at 44, in front of 44.50 as I said I would. So about a 40-cent win there. And it just broke through that 50 mark towards that high of day. I'm going to take a little bit more off if I can get some in the 65 to 70 range. At this point, I'm not going to give it to that 43.80, which was our previous stop. If it breaks down below 44 even, my stop will be basically there. So I can't lose more than like 5 or 6 cents. If we make a jailbreak through the top, I'm not adding at 44.75. I'd rather hold the last bit of my trade into 45 even than add at 44.75. You can see what Uber's already done today. And that's one thing you can do just to avoid FOMO is don't chase too far. It got a good dip buy entry that I liked. Fair enough, but I don't have to continuously trace it even higher just because we didn't get the initial break off the open. It was there, 42. It's even my lucky number, so I should have had it. Wowzers. It's been going crazy. Forgot to do this for you guys. I'm going to show you this one here because KXIN I'm in. It's a day 2 play. We talk about these names on our watch list. We go through them every single day that are going to be good. But what's a recurring theme here? Did Palantir have new news today, Sean? No. No. It's not day 2. It's not day 3. But always pay attention for day 2, day 3 type of moves. If you made money on day 1, you got to go back to the well. This is why we do a video like this for you on our Market Wisdom page, because go back and take the money. If someone's giving it away, you might as well take it. Day 2, I love those plays just as much as day 1 when they're in play, guys. So let's be real about it. We've got lots to watch here and lots of things that are moving. I do want to remind everybody just very quickly, we're still halted on Biogen. I know there's a call that's going on, I believe still happening right now. When this reopens, I want to be looking at a couple of price levels. It's going to be 325 to 335. Right in the middle of the range is where we halted. If we hold the bottom end of that and the news is positive coming out of that call still, then certainly with the FDA, I want to be a long in front of that position, in front of that price area. Still waiting. It's news related. No idea when Biogen reopens. It could be an hour from now. It could literally be next week.
All right, guys, we're going to do this a little bit early here today because we're just watching CGC and it's fruit salad time. So let's go. There it is. Roll the clip. Let's go a little bit of fruit salad. We got to kick our feet up. Watch out, Valeria. We're going to kick our feet up here today once again. And look, we haven't had clementines in a while, so we're going to go clementines right here. The reason why, look at the screen, guys. CGC right now. We're long down there, 2170. I can't talk and eat at the same time, so we'll put this aside for a minute. Here's the long right here, 2170. We're at 2340 right now on CGC. We are long Roku down here on this break. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. This is what we do every day. Long here, 238. Follow me on Twitter. Got some good tweets out there right now as well. Follow all of us. 238.50 upside. We're still long on this one. And then, oh yeah, this is not a second day play. This is not even a 10th day play. We've been hammering Palantir every single day. I told you to put this one into your trading account and keep it there for a while. We're long at $9.50. It's at $14. That's Palantir, baby. And today we just absolutely destroyed. Look where we're long. Down here, 12.10. You can't see it, but we're hella long down here at 12.50. So it's nice when you can sit back, relax, have some fruit salad, and just watch the money come rolling through. Brendan, take it, bud.
Cannabis stocks are nuts today. I just saw ACB 130 million shares on the day. Wow. PS here, this is Pluralsight, IT networking solutions company, earnings as well, aftermarket, big move down, earnings miss, huge miss, 22%. If you're looking for a little bit of weakness, the market, again, is still red. We're trying to go positive, but all of these stocks making all-time highs, and the market overall still in negative territory, guys.
That's the weird thing. It's like a juxtaposition here. If I wasn't watching the futures, it would be a different story. I mean, like I'm watching Uber here. I just got some out in front of the high. Just to reiterate, I'm not gonna add on the top break. I'm gonna try to hold through if we break 44.75. But we just took some out there. It's in the 60s as I mentioned that I would. So we get the 60-cent winner on Uber. That's like the third break Uber has had today. It's absolutely crazy, guys. Some of these moves up to the upside and how the market is just now breaking 3,500 on the ES. Seems a bit nuts, but that means there are some stocks that are falling. To go back to another one here, I sort of mentioned to you guys there was that break on FTSI. Now I could have got FOMO and chased this one. I said 475 breaks. I want it short. You saw the flush. I missed the trade. I waited for it to come back, so I end up with exactly the same position that I would have wanted anyways. 473. Yeah, I could have chased it and been short at 450. I saved myself 25 pennies. So when I'm getting out at 450, some of it, I'm making 25 cents instead of a flat trade. This is not the kind of day where you feel like you got to chase prices. The action is so good, it'll come back to you on most of these stocks if you're confident. So I am back into FTSI finally, only short so far today. So far it's holding, but this 450 level, if it finally goes and holds below, I think $4 has been the target all along. Let's see if we can't get it.
You know what else is hilarious? Like, this is how you know that the day just keeps, is going to be huge, and how I have, like, completely the right reads on absolutely everything other than holding. Like, I told you about going long through EA Sports, right? So we go short, short, short. This is a long off this VWAP break. Yeah, that would now be another $2.50 in the money. We didn't take it because we didn't believe in it, but there's a great call there. Not only, emotional, having a great time with you guys here on the show, but also putting hopefully a lot of money into your pockets, guys, here. I mean, look at EA Sports, just keeps going upside there, and it just wants to just climb, climb, climb. Great trade, short, out, long, out, and then Square, the biggest trade of the month for me, just keep, the last couple months here, 185, all the way to the upside, 195 right now. So that one just keeps on going. And then CGC, I'm debating getting out of this one, but it just, like Brendan just said, man, it just keeps on climbing to the high side. I'm hella long this again in an investment account, but I cannot believe the kind of moves that's been happening today. ACB as well. Your boys should have been on this one, but I'm not. And yeah, just what a great move here. Short these to your peril today, guys. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't touched ACB to the short side, and after yesterday, I don't plan on... You know what, I shouldn't say that, because there's always some kind of condition that I'm not foreseeing that I'd short it in the afternoon or something, but I've made 2 plays. If there's a mistake that was made today, it's unquestionably the worst decision I made was trailing out of ACB, and then not noticing that exact same breakout price, this 865 area, then holds on a pullback. This is exactly how we attacked XPeng. You look at these support areas, that's how I have attacked Uber today. That's why I got the long that I have. And then there was the same opportunity in ACB, and it is headed towards $10. And normally, I'd be doing this, which is going, scrolling down to see if there's a bunch of size here at 10 even to short in front of. I see 100,000 shares on the offer, but Brendan just told you, 135 million. Guess what 100,000 shares is? Nothing. ACB will chew through that like butter. If this was lunchtime, maybe I would consider that. If it was the afternoon, I'd definitely be standing in front of that train and looking to scalp off of it. At 10:30, the way it's going up, not going to do it. Brendan, what's up?
I just realized we don't seem to have this in our system. Hub, oh no, it's Hubs, H-U-B-S, another cloud name. Yeah, there we go. A little bit thinly traded, expensive stock here, but yet another one that reported earnings and is at all-time highs today. So not a lot of volume on this, but a cloud name, 17%, earnings aftermarket, all-time highs. Valeria is watching what is going on over in Europe this morning. About an hour left in the session over in Europe. V, what's going on?
Hey Brandon, Italy and France posted a record number of coronavirus cases, so European shares are lower today. Eurocosmetics debuted in Milan Exchange and down more than 4%. Back to you.
Great stuff. We'll update Europe again coming up at 11, guys.
Yes, sir, and not a European name, obviously. FTSI, like I said, I'm going to get a few more shares out here. This is the last exit that'll either be going back above $5, and I'll probably cover it at that point, or we're going to get this flushed down to 4 like I talked about. So the last exit we'll take here in between, I guess I should put it. So we're now sort of on cruise control in this name. We're in cruise control in KXIN and Mogo. Uber, on the other hand, we'll see what happens, but it is starting to pull back in, so it's worth noting you already had a break at 42. That gave you a $2 move. This is another play to the upside. If it breaks the high, fair enough, but you got to start thinking about when it's going to level off. And if we get a consolidation around that high of day this far up, I would definitely dump the position and then look for a breakout. You know, we'll just take the profit and run away. It hasn't quite made that move for me just yet, but if we now start to chop in a 20 or 30 cent range, I would just duck out for profit on Uber long at 44, take 40 or 50 cents, whatever it might be, and then look for that second play, which might be a lunchtime breakout, or maybe even a retracement off of this 44.75 high. I would love 45 a heck of a lot better. That goes without saying. We like those even dollars.
All right, update. So we just did get out of our Roku there, breaking back down through 250. So that's a $12 winner there. And Roku now takes over Square as my #1 stock of the day. So that's why this is an absolutely fantastic day today. I just wish, like Square, if we still had it, would be absolutely monstrous, but we don't, so we got to drop that talk. But still, I'm still celebrating it because of the shares that we had and the risk and how we gave it to you. And again, to me, making winners, I know, you know, it's not easy, but I have 18 years experience. And I'm really glad that you guys are with us. I know a lot of you traders do as well, as we've had guest traders on the show that have been very impressive. So yeah, hopefully you guys can watch this and see what we're doing and even adjust some of your trading styles to you know, add stuff to your toolbox like what Neil and I are doing. Square right here could break down low, 193.74, so I am looking for that break a little bit as well. We'll try, let's look at it on a 3-minute chart. I don't really necessarily want to go too hard into this. Oh, by the way, those of you that said the wife is now shopping for a pool and a hot tub, I just got an email about a wine I need to pick up after work. So we'll have to go get that. It's a Merlot. I know Brendan definitely, Neil too. I mean, we're all into wine. So Merlot, a nice one here. I don't know. We'll see if
get
it's
a Barolo. Have a good steak and
Canadian
get a Barolo.
content. Yeah, she's cooking everything up like crazy.
What are you guys eating?
I don't know. Last night it was a moussaka, which was actually pretty good last night. So shout out to that. I think tonight.
Don't call moussaka
tonight is
lasagna
like a
around
sausage
Brendan.
paella. She's currently making sausage paella. It's kind of like a risotto, though, I think. I'm going to find out if it's paella or risotto tonight, but it's a sausage something. I love you. Thank you for feeding this belly and, you know, creating the dragon within. So let's wait to see here. This is 193.78 here on the downside as Palantir looks still at $14 in the face. This has been a fantastic.
I only eat paella if it's from Estelle Costanza. If you know that reference, then you're either really old or, you know what, the interesting thing about Seinfeld is I have a million Seinfeld quotes in my head. I never watched a single episode of that show when it was in its actual run. I've seen the whole thing, and it was all in syndication after. Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Zillow, guys, the real estate site. My chart is slow to load, but here we go again. ZG, yeah, on the NASDAQ, 15% here. You can see they reported aftermarket. This is not all-time highs, but 52-week highs. Another one very, very strong today. Not a lot of volume, but super strong for ZG, guys.
Want to be sick. We made a video. We shot an educational video yesterday about post-earnings plays, and I had Zillow on my list, and I'm not going to complain because everything I've traded today that I'm up on, but this probably was the biggest missed opportunity for me. It was certainly going to be that buy the dip play. This is the one I liked, similar to Qualcomm. It's not a stock that I normally trade, so it was a bit of a missed shot here. You got fantastic consolidation, you sort of holding pre-market levels, and then the dip hold right here at 112 where the players dwell, and then it's obviously gonzo here. So it's a good one. It's running up to 120. I'm going to try and stay away from it. You don't want FOMO to get in the way, guys. Certainly a bit of a missed shot for me. Not a missed trade was FTSI, and this is this sort of thing. I try to holler at you guys every single time to say, if you're an active trader, don't hold through halts. Look, yes, I could have held my short through the halt, and it ultimately would have gone a little bit against me and whatever. It's going to give you another shot. If a stock is in play and it's on 5 million shares like FTSI, just get back in. Don't throw away your day if it goes parabolic up. Allow it to come back, consolidate, calm down, find a good entry price. Now it's headed down to $4 like we thought it would. I'd much, much rather, like 1 time out of 10, miss the second re-entry than have that ruin my entire day. And trust me, if FTSI, with this kind of liquidity, had gone parabolic while you're holding a short and there's multiple halts to the upside and you're not just getting it out, well, guess what? You've ruined your Friday. Now you're not partying like everybody else is because of one losing trade. Never let one stock ruin your day. That's why I was saying I'm getting out no matter what on the reopen. And the only mistake I made here was that I had to set up my key on the AMAX for the market on open. I should have had that prepared. That's a bit of a fail. I've been doing this way too long not to have a key set up at this point.
Yeah, and again, that's part of the game, guys. Sometimes we miss some of these things. I was looking at Square possibly for a breakout through 195. I may just leave this alone. We've already made the money on Square. I just wish we would have held it high side even more. Roku was a good out here. That's $12 winner to the upside on the last third of that trade. We take $1, then we take $3, and then we take $12. So you can see all the what we're doing at the bottom there. We still are long, man, and long and strong right now with this position here. CGC just keeps on rolling, man. 21.77. We're still long to the high side on this name, and then Palantir still staring 14 in the face. It popped last time to 14.12. I don't even really know what to say about this one. It just keeps on making that money. Another call we made was AMD down to 76. I know my man Rob has that. We're up to $84. And so there you go again. Like, it's always nice making money with the production team as well. They work so hard here. So nice to have a little win there for Rob on this one. We bought AMD. Why? And again, I thought they had the best report. When they got hit on that, didn't make any sense to me. They bought Xilinx. I thought that was a great buy as well. So down here, 74, 75, that's where we picked it up. And now we're accelerating to the upside here. I told Rob that maybe we'd get some out at 90, but the real high here is like 86, 87. So Rob, if you want about like a 20% return, 87 may be a good little target on that one. 20% in 4 days ain't too bad, but if you had marijuana stocks, then you're having way higher percentage gain than that. Just alone here, just on my trade alone, you're up like 10% on this one. So watch this right here, 21.70, still making moves to the high side, and everything making moves now. On NEO, we're still positive on NEO. NEO is actually a very big stock for us today, but we did miss again. This is the same thing I did yesterday. Consolidation around VWAP, and then a break of that. We should have looked at that and gone long, but yeah, I'm running out of vocal cords right now. As it's 10:40, it's been a super busy week, so that's why we keep on with the Hydration Nation. Keep drinking this one. We're at 11 a.m. already, and it says, remember your goal. So the goal is to get all this, and it says, come on. There's a couple little reminders on there. So we say a big shout out to Hydration Nation, and thank you to Rob for creating this one. CGC now $2 in the money. EA Sports has been huge for us today. Everything. And you can see the numbers at the bottom. Take it away, Neil.
Yeah, and look, we finally got this breakdown. I just tweeted this one out for you guys. $4 was the next target on FTSI, and as it continues to grind down, I just see the volume just die, and liquidity's not there. So, why not hang on to it? At 480 was my re-entry price, so I just took out a 74-cent win on this name, and I'm going to hold through 4 even. Instead of taking it off, let's see if we can't get a clean dollar off this. It's worth remembering where this stock came from. I mean, it was $3.27 for days in a row before this gap up. And if it wants to give everything back, who am I to stand in the way of it? Brendan, what's up?
Another earnings report here. Fluidigm, FLDM medical equipment maker, almost 7% there, just popped up. You can see volume coming in here above 730. We're pulling back a little bit, but looks like earnings were better than expected for FLDM as well, guys.
So like ACB is going nuts, but if I could find it, I should go back and find this tweet and retweet it out. Like we talked about it back down here, man. Actually, it was in September. This is the daily chart. Yeah, it was actually back in September when they first started with the election talk and some of the election debates, and we noticed. And I was just like, you know what? Marijuana obviously is on the docket, and that was at $4 or $5. So now you're up to 11. So again, just congratulations to everybody that's been on that one. Look at CGC, the same thing. It just looks better on CGC. It was right here, September 25th or so, $14, $15. It's not a double. But if you wanted that one, the other pick I gave you guys was TrueLeave, which I think is TRUL over here on the CSE. That was another name here. I'm hella long this one in the teens, so that was a good trade for us again. This was down to 24, now up to 33. And the other one was GRWG. This one's not popping today, but I do... GRWG on the NASDAQ, I guess, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. This is Grow Generation. So we gave this one again, same kind of talk back down here, and it was back around this level right here, $15 up to 23. You guys all remember this one because I called it the Home Depot of marijuana growth. So there you go, 24.24, Grow Generation brands. I really, really hope you guys have that. Yeah, TrueLeaf. TrueLeaf, I see that on here again. That's another good one. They're over there on the OTC markets or in Canada as well. So TrueLeaf, good one, President Goyim. You should be president of the United States. Tilray, you know what? I like Tilray, but I honestly do not like. By the way, if you're in Aurora right now, I do not like that long term. I don't like the growers as much as I like some of these other names because we had that, what was it, Mendocolo, the Colombian grower.
Mendocana?
And yeah, no, I don't know. But they were doing it at 4 cents a gram. Okay, so you know if you're growing weed at 4 cents a gram, that's not the right business to be in because you know you're just going to get cannibalized. It can't be that cheap, guys. Look at ACB just still climbing. Look at CGC. Look at Palantir. Everything rocking and rolling. Brendan, that looks like a crazy mixed board. Sector watch time.
Yeah, it's been a few days since we've had basically a flat market. We are negative, but only 0.25%. We've been enjoying 2+% gains for the past few days. So yeah, pretty mixed here. We have earnings to cover, and anything that's relatively big here, you can see probably an earnings report. Wanted to point out T-Mobile, they're up 6% on earnings. EA Sports, we talked about 7.8% to the downside after an earnings miss. So this is the communications group overall, and they are positive, but only just because of these three. Everything else pretty red in this group. Going to be a theme here. You can see tech stocks positive, but only just because of this one, and this one. NLOC, DXC, and LDOS all down 2% there following earnings reports. But MSI, JKHY, and then you have basically the entire semiconductor group adding strength to that. So tech stocks are leading the way to the upside. Healthcare stocks are positive as well. Again, only just. CI to the downside. We have a few other ones here. Humana, ANTM, ALGN, Mylan here, 2% to the downside. Regeneron, 2.5% to the downside. So MTD and CVS helping to offset that, but basically break even to only just positive for healthcare stocks. Way over in the corner, consumer staples, you can check out as well. There is some positivity coming from that group. Material stocks as well. FCX had a big day going back to Tuesday or Wednesday, I want to say, after earnings. ALB, 4.8% as well after earnings there in the materials group. There was wanted to mention, yeah, here we go. The transportation group and the industrial sector, all of the airlines decently negative once again today. So UAL, AAL, Love, Alaska, DAL rather, 1.8% to the downside. So airlines are leading to the downside. UPS here 1.25% higher. Overall, meh, about 0.25% in negative territory. Guys, back over to you.
All right, just me right now. Okay, we're going to continue to watch some of these names. We just took Aurora finally. Very, very small. We're already, I mean, look at this trade here on CGC, guys. I mean, again, I just hope that you are all with this on this with us, man. A big, big win here on CGC. Long 21. It's at 24.25 right now, guys. CGC is at 24.25. This is a $3 win right here on CGC, guys. Palantir, by the way. what do you want to do? Let's just do hot dogs for everybody because, yeah, you're right, Golf Scratch right there. Palantir is just an absolute monster. $12. And I said to Greg, like, what are we going to do if we wake up and it's at $16? I know Greg will remember me saying that. And we're not too far away. 14, 15. I may just get out of this and buy that wine for the wife here today. I don't need that much to do that. But Palantir blowing through 14 and just saying adios amigos, heading to the upside on that one. So what a big blast that was, man. Palantir just keeps on going. I took it in bear. There we go. We're out. We tried a 12 breakdown ACB. No, rejects it. I may just get out of this canopy. I don't know where, but this could fall back. I cannot believe how good CGC is going, man. This has just been such a great day. Snapchat going as well. Where's my Twitter? I dumped some Twitter at 47 on earnings, so maybe we have to get back into that one now. But still down at 44, up nothing today compared to its friend El Snapo Chato, up almost 7% off a crazy run, man. What a day this has been. Palantir's now $2 in the money. Give me a break. This has been amazing, guys.
What's crazy to me here, Sean, is I'm about to tell you the most disappointing stock for me right now is one that's just sliding in the money, and it's Mogo. And I just took some off because anytime I see this, it's not exactly at $2, but it's broken $2 twice to go to $1.95 and then come right back up. And it's a very ever so slight upward trend. It's got 50 million in volume. Now, when I came in, I felt like this was going to be a little bit stronger. At least it felt like it was going to be a little bit stronger. And it was sort of a muted test at this level here at 273. I think Brennan had talked about liking it at a higher level. This one has the makings for a break in the afternoon. And if it does, guys, I'm going to be gone if it breaks 220. I'll take the 10% on the last of my position for a return. And if this goes through that 275, it looks like it could be a bit of a long in the afternoon.
Yeah, I hear Greg going, wow, Palantir, yeah, Gary, get up, walk around, take a break. Palantir is just ding, 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 and running the money through the wash today as Palantir, man, cleaning up. Needless to say here, as this just keeps on Rip City like mad here on Palantir. I said CGC might be a good time to get out of this one. If we break down below 23.67, we sure as hell will. This has been a great run here. Let's get out of this one if we can. But what a great run this has been today for us. And yeah, it's so happy to, I mean, look, I love the weekend, but it is kind of sad. The run that I've been on this whole week has been absolutely incredible. We not only did we hit our goal at 940, but now we've tripled it. So to talk about this being a big day, Valeria, is a mistake. It's a monster day. So I want to give another happy birthday shout out to Valeria. Never looked better for 53. Brendan, what's up?
She's not 53, Sean. Come on. Cody here, guys. Another one from the watch list, still in positive territory, 14%, but we are struggling at 380. 380, yeah, acting as a bit of resistance. We got to 410. Earnings on COTY as well, better than expected, guys.
A new stock alert here, and this is the first time, apologies here, in my chart, not loading on the 15-minute there, having an issue with my Nikola chart, so I'll just go to the 1 minute and maybe adjust it manually here to the 15 so you can see what I was trying to get at. Nikola making a bit of a bounce, and when I say a bit of a bounce, strong, I guess, $1.50 move to the upside. I'm watching to see this level here. It's about like 20 and change. We had one failed breakthrough at the open and then snap right back down. If we roll over on Nikola, I like this short. I'm looking for a couple of names that might be overheated if the market starts to go back down. Nikola just going towards positive territory, that $20 as well. So if we get a rollover on Nikola, it's the first time I've traded it in maybe a week or two, but it just popped up on my radar. So have a look at this one. If it does fail to break through this high, that 20 to 2020, look for this one on the rollover, guys. Nikola on board.
All right, we're just putting some more content out for you guys, and we'll just say some rocket ships here. And it's like it's actually 4x daily goal met already today. So look, I say this all the time to everybody, and like, if you're paying for a service, I mean, that's fantastic. Congratulations on that one. I hope you've learned a lot. And that's really what I'm trying to do here, and what we're all trying to do is just give you guys reasons why we're getting into positions, where we're getting in. Like this trade on Canopy was at 9 o'clock. As soon as we broke this high, I got in 21.75. So again, early bird gets the worm. That's 9 o'clock on that one, right? NEO, the same thing, man. We were long early. This is 8:30 long NEO at 41.55. It's at $43. Then we take a long there again. So that's a good trade. I've been loving Palantir for weeks on end. We get into this one right off the open, and we do the same play, right? I'm going to take off executions here if I can, because I just want to show you guys where we come from and what this trade means to me. Okay, here we go. I'll put it down to a 1 minute so I can break it down. The show, you know, again, because of education, I'm going to do this. We wait for it to break the top, right? Once it does that, we go hella long right here at 12.50. That's given us a monster win, and like I said, 4 times our daily goal. When we notice this dip, though, early, we get long down here at 08s or something. We'll put the execution back on, but we'll figure out where we, I think it was 08s, because we went down as low as 05 or 03 there. So we get long, breaks through VWAP, and then we execute again long here and enjoy it all the way back up. So, I mean, again, you got to let some stocks settle down. Pick the ones that you like, watch those, and then go. And then on Square, we gave this one to you. This was my heaviest trade all month, was a long at 185, and what we actually wound up doing was put the executions back on for you here. It looks like a mess, because we had so many shares that I just wanted to get out. But down here, 184, we averaged in. If I liked 185, we took it there. Then we took it again at 184. Then we took it again at 183.50. Small, small, small. It actually didn't open for 3 or 4 minutes. Once it did, man, the rocket boost came in. We took more at 185. We took more at 187. And you can see what's happened there. And these are the best trades, but not even my best ones. Let's go over to Brendan now for the most important thing. All this doesn't matter if money doesn't talk to you. So let's go.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's check out foreign exchange land and see how things are shaping up today. We were mentioning the past couple of days after the election, we had a big pullback in the US dollar again. 3-month lows today for the USD, so a lot of these going to be higher. The euro up 0.5%, the Canadian dollar back to just 0.1%. It was about 0.3% early on. 76.70 right now for the CAD. British pound is kind of teetering, break even to slightly lower. A few economic releases in the UK this morning. Same story with Australian dollar back to the downside. Jobs numbers in Australia overnight, not great. New Zealand dollar is higher, you can see. I wanted to point out this one, Ethereum. We've been talking about Bitcoin all week long. Yeah, another 1.3% for Bitcoin. 15,400 now. But Ethereum playing catch up today, 6%, or it was 6%, back to 440 here, 439, 440, which is kind of in line with these highs from way back when. So we did break 420 going back to early on this morning, straight to 440. So watch 450 and this kind of 440 area on Ethereum if you're watching it. But yeah, 6% today, guys, for Ethereum. Back over to you.
Thank you, Brendan. You're going to see that Mogo is up 40% on the day, but let's put it into context. It has just given back. Now, as it breaks to even, of course, that's going to mean it's given back a 20% move. I did take some off there on the southbound side, so $1.90 out. It'll be the 50-cent win that we're talking about. And then my last target is going to be down at 165. That's what I've been looking at all morning long. So I'm just going to rest an order in there. It feels like, and I mentioned this, if we break to even, I think we're going to be good to go to just sort of calmly take this retracement. At one point, Mogo did look strong. The break of the 2 has definitely changed that sentiment. Just a testament to the idea that just because you miss the initial move, and I think it'll bode well for if Sean wants to show his chart on Palantir one more time after this. I think there's always consolidations higher. So if you still like something, you think it's going to continue to go, it doesn't mean that you can't play a bigger move up. Maybe you wait for a dip on Uber here at 44, or you take a secondary break at 43.80. Either one looking like they're going. As I mentioned, I'm going to hang on to this trade as it tries to go to 45 even. So I know it just made another breakout at 44.75. I'm looking for it to test 45 even and then hang on. Maybe give it a trailing stop through 44.75 in the event that 45 goes, and just see how far it goes. I have no idea how far Uber can run here. That's why I want to hang on to a bit of this trade just to see. It's already up like $4.50 from bottom to top here in the pre-market. Let's see if it can't go more. We're in the money.